What's going on there, guys? We're back with another one. And today we got to talk about Jay Norvell and his comments after the game last night, man. And I gave him and his team a lot of praise for coming in and being ready to play. They almost had the game, but crazy penalties. And that's exactly what he's complaining about. But he's complaining that it was the refs that had something to do with those penalties. As if, somebody made old dude hit Shador or target Travis Hunter. Man, you got some stupid penalties. Like, your players just did not make smart plays at certain times in the game. I know you would like to feel like it was cheating, but you guys were in command late. It was really late in the game. You were up 28-17. So there's really no one to blame but poor execution. Emotions running high. You up there targeting players and doing all types of crazy things like that when you have a commanding lead. And I feel like you got a little too conservative trying to run the ball out just a little too early. That's not what got y'all there completely. So I feel like anytime a team gets a little too conservative too early and another team start playing with house money, then you're going to run into some issues like they did last night. You lost, man, but y'all showed up and played. But now this puts like a little damper on it because you are not just giving credit where it's due. Let's check out what he said, and let's check out what Coach Prime had to say. It might shock you.
From the very first snap, obviously we had too many penalties. I can't even speak about it. It's so ridiculous. And it's a real shame because a lot of those penalties took away a lot of great efforts from our kids. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Never seen such a lopsided game penalty-wise. But give Colorado credit. They're a very good football team. It's something that we're disappointed about for sure.
Truthfully, it's one point in the game I said, we can't let this dude win. There ain't no way we let this dude win. His press conference is going to be unbearable if we let this dude win. And but I knew even when we got the ball on the 2 or 3, 4 yard line, I said, as long as the ball in Shador's hands, we're going to get down this field. I knew that without a shadow of a doubt.
Anything meaningful?
No, I know Shador kind of got in between it. But no, I don't hold, I could be petty if they petty, but I ain't got time for that, man. I'm on to bigger things. I'm happy for the brother. I really am, man. I'm happy that they fought, that they played a good game. I'm happy he's a head coach. I'm happy for any brother that's doing it and successful, man. I truly am. I don't know where all this stuff comes from. I have to respond because, it's my mama taught me that. You just ain't gonna type me and I'm gonna sit back and ain't gonna say nothing. But I'm happy for that dude, man. I don't know him, but I'm happy for him. I wish the best for him. I really do. Nothing. My success ain't got nothing to do with his. So why would I want him to succeed? I don't know how people get down like that. My blessings ain't got nothing to do with his blessings.
And that's real spill right there. My blessings ain't got nothing to do with his blessings. So that people should take heed to that. And in context, it means that someone can do well and I can also do well. Now, our blessings can be a blessing to each other, for sure. But there's no need for me to really hate on this, man. It's an entertainment based game. You know what I'm saying? So the stuff off the field, it puts a battery in your back to make you want to see the games more. You know what I'm saying? It makes you want to engage with the games when talk like this happens off the field. That's why I never take it too personally. I don't, sit around mad at guys and overly take sides because it generates my interest. Do we watch games where everybody's always agreeing or everybody's friendly on both sides? No, we don't want to see that. So I'm not that opposed to it. I think the build up, both schools were in the limelight for a day. Colorado would be all season, but it allowed all eyes to be on Colorado State nationally for at least a night. And you got to parlay that into some recruiting. You got to parlay that into some other things. You know what I'm saying? You got to take advantage of this, whether famous or infamous, Because one thing you can't walk away from that game saying last night is Coach Jay Norvell doesn't know how to coach. He definitely knows how to coach and get these guys motivated for the moment. But now, can they get motivated for teams that don't have the same level of visibility as Colorado? That's going to be the next challenge. Will the players respond the same way? Because I saw some pretty special players. That 6'5" receiver, man, he is a problem. The young quarterback, he has some picks, but he's not bad. He's not bad. Some of the defensive linemen were exceptional. I don't know why they lost the way they did the first game. If they were this disciplined in the first game, I feel like, it would have been more competitive than it was. He got some decent players on that team. And I saw a few that probably will be playing on Sundays on that team, to be honest with you. So, yeah, man. But to say the penalties were ridiculous, I think the ridiculousness lies in the execution of those penalties. Not that they were egregious calls. They were unwarranted, but nonetheless, they were committed, and I don't think that's arguable. You just have to be more disciplined. So what I would say to that team is you have good talent. You're able to compete with a really good team, a really explosive offensive team. Now Colorado has some holes, but they're very explosive offensively. You were able to compete. You took Travis Hunter out the game, which is a little unfair, but hey, it's a part of the game. But what you did to take him out the game isn't a part of the game, if that makes sense. I'm just saying injuries is a part, but that type of injury, there's no place for that in the game, man. Yeah, whenever what I would say to this team is they have to balance their emotions. When you get a commanding lead, it can start off emotional, be really physical, but your execution at the end of the day is what's going to get you out of there with a W. Coach Prime, guys, resiliency. I know it felt good to get that win. It would have been unbearable for him if Jay Norvell had won, because he probably would have came in there with some shades or something like that and took them off. I know he probably had some props set up in the background based off Coach Prime's comments. So when you lose, he didn't overextend his hand, so you'll know what he had planned. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was wise, because if they would have known he had some shades or he was going to do something like that, then it would have backfired after the game. So you don't overextend your hand like that. But I feel like he has something planned for the press conference. And Coach Prime took the high road. You could see he was exhausted with just the way the game went and how unbearable that press conference would have been had they won. I don't think he would have been able to stomach that. He'd still be wide awake right now if Jay Norvell and those guys had won. But Prime and them 3-0, got Oregon next week. Different animal. This is your different animal stretch right here. Oregon, USC back-to-back, but several other ranked games in the conference, man. This is going to be – we're going to find out who they are, for real. We know they're a really good team now, and we know they're years ahead of schedule, at least 1 or 2 years ahead of schedule from where we anticipated them being. But we really find out who they are starting next week. The Oregon coach has had his things to say about them too. So another showdown coming, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.